Hello everyone and welcome for another video of Love and Wargames. In this video we are going back to Conquest, for which, and I apologize for this, there has not been many videos in the last weeks. The reason for this was that we are still building our community and we have like one Dweghom army and one Wadrun army, and we're like, do we remake the same battle report as we already did? The answer was no, but worry not, we are building a 100 Kingdoms army and a city-states army, and then we can make some matches and stuff, and we're really building the community. We have like 5 new players in our region that are making their first Conquest armies, so soon you will have seen new players, new armies, and more battle reports of Conquest. But for now, we are here for an unboxing video, and as you can see, it is going to be this absolutely massive Siegebreaker Behemoth for the Spires. And I am not a big fan of Spire's design usually, but this, like, wow, like maybe the paint scheme, which talks to me a lot, like this thing is crazy. We'll have a look more in detail, but there is like one beast in there and the design is just amazing. It's amazing. It doesn't cost that much in points. In euros, of course, it's a huge beast, as we will see soon, but it doesn't cost that much to put on the table. It's 180 points. What we are going to do is we are first going to open the box, see what is inside, have a little look at the miniature itself, and then we will make in the same video a little guide of how to play this monster, who can bring him, and why is it called a Siegebreaker. We'll see the rules, but basically this thing is purpose-built, made to kill all my Dweghoms. We'll see a little bit how it is. If you want to buy this creature, you can have minus 10% on the Parabellum website by using the code LOVE10. If you go on their website, it really helps the channel. I would like to thank those that already bought some Conquest miniatures for that. You can give us a like, we always really enjoy it, and it makes us more visible. And if you put a comment, you gain a chance, not for Conquest, but for Dystopian Wars, to gain some of the fleets that we are giving away for this contest. But without further ado, let's now open the box. I'm very excited to see how the sprue actually looks like. This is big. What the hell is that? Yeah, it's the body, but it looks like it. Okay, the first thing that we see is this, and I cannot not have a look at this first. It looks like a sandworm from Dune. Kind of like when you see this kind of texture, it's very either serpentine, either I would call it like wormy. Let's zoom a little bit on the details, kind of like what we did for the Tauntaur. By the way, the Tauntaur is being painted and you will see it quite soon. Once we get some Tauntaurs and some Thunder Riders painted, we will make a new battle report. They are in progress, and look at this. Could almost make some terrain, actually. I'm thinking, like, if you make a desert map, you put this as a dead animal. Yeah, it's insane. Okay, so this is the body. It's in 2 pieces, obviously, and we see some heads. Is there some building instruction? Yes, there is. Okay, so this is the sprue. Oh, they even detail and everything. Wow, nice. Okay, so these 2 things go on top of each other. They close each other. That's why they are this shape. Okay, very well. So this is probably meant to give some stability here and there, because this will touch the ground. Okay. And so this is the base of the creature. Because look at this. I mean, I know Conquest and Parabellum have some good plastic injecting, but I've never seen so thick a plastic sprue. Look at that. This thing is massive. Is it? I'm not even sure. Like, it's the body of the creature. But the thing that shocks me is that it's like a little heel there. Wow, this is going to be massive time. Look at this. Putting a little bit more light, because the winter sun is not what it used to be, even though I'm doing this at the lunch break. I like that they put the little letters under so you really don't miss. And let's go back here with more lights. Hopefully we'll see a bit better. And the level of details on this is insane. And I don't know if you can see good, but the texture of the skin is really something that Parabellum does crazily well. We saw for the scales of the Tauntaur in our last unboxing, and this is like, again, it is very much more like horrifying, but the texture is detailed, that's for sure. Spires are not an army that I'm looking for, but we have an amazing painter that is starting a Spires army, and I'm really looking forward to see how he will paint this Spire Behemoth to put it on the table for a battle report. This is like it's holding its eyes open with these hands. I don't know why it's supposed to be like this, but maybe so they can close the eyes. I don't know. Spire's logic is weird logic, but this, you can really make it very, very disturbing to look at. If you make like a bloodshot eyes in there, it can be very disturbing. I'm shocked at this piece again. But yeah, now we can see a little bit better on the camera. As you can see, it's highly, highly detailed. And the head, love the head though. Incredible. And the last sprue with the arms and the weapons and stuff. As we can see again, a lot of different things. You really need to follow the instructions, because if you don't, good luck understanding what is what, because this is really a beast that's like, it's hard to comprehend what it's supposed to look like just with this. It reminds me a little bit of some like Zerg from StarCraft physiology, with these very organic parts, with these claws going out of it. Now I want to make a Spire's army in Zerg colors. No, let's be reasonable. As you can see, it's really, really crazily detailed. They know what they're doing in War Cradle. Again, not my style of miniatures, but wow. If it were, this would be like the ultimate design. Like, this is the thing that almost makes me want to play Spire. Incredible sprues again. And yeah, this is the summum, this is the top of what Spire aspire to be. And in the end, you get this creature, which is terribly effective. We're gonna talk in a minute about how to play this creature. Just can give some tips. You have the base, absolutely massive base, but you don't need anything less, of course. And the card to activate it. And well, this I say it every time, but damn, they make some great artworks each time. Like, it's so cool. Like, I don't have anything else to say except that all the artworks are always very cool. As you can see the little eyes there, because the head is probably just the brain. But such a disturbing design. So you get 3 sprues, and as you can see, those are thick sprues. Without further ado, let's talk a little bit about how you can play this creature and how it plays on the table. And to make it more convenient, we're going to use Parabellum's very, very useful army builder that is completely free to talk in detail about the Siegebreaker Behemoth. And the one thing I want to point out first is that there are 5 characters for the Spires, and only the lineage Highborn has the capacity to take Siegebreaker Behemoth. And remember that he has only one type of mainstay, which means that if you want a Siegebreaker Behemoth in your list, you have to take at least 1 box of Avatar. And he has some very good things around, so for sure, like, avatars are good boxes to buy, like at least 2 of those, because like you will want all the other very fun toys that the lineage Highborn has at its disposal. And just to remember, if you take him as your High Lord, like a Warlord, sorry, you will be able to have 3 free mutations, and some of those can combo extremely well with the Siegebreaker, some of them less, but you basically have 3 free upgrades, and that is always good. Now that we've said this, let's have a look at the Siegebreaker Behemoth. Okay. So what does this little creature do? Well, first of all, you can see that it's a heavy monster, which means that it will arrive at turn 3 at the earliest, but it is relatively fast. Well, I say this because I'm a Dweghom player, but it has a movement 6, and the things that you will notice very early is that it's tough. It's 180 points, but it's 14 wounds, okay, defense 4, resolve 5. So this thing is not going down fast, even if you try to play on morale. Plus, it is fearless, which means that your Old Dominion or all these dinosaurs that give it fearsome or terrifying, he doesn't care. So, so it's gonna keep its resolve 5 for a while.
So it is tough. Let's remember, you've seen on the battle report these little flame berserkers that had resolve 5, and they didn't even have defense 4, and you've seen how tough they can be. Now, this thing is tough, but it's not the only thing. It is lethal. When you charge successfully, it has impact 5 with brutal impact 3. So you reduce the enemy's defense by -3. That is insane. That is insane. You're gonna be at Clash 4, so you will take a few wounds out of anything. Even Dweghoms that are something like defense 4 with some harden 1 or harden 2, they are going to feel it. So that is already very good. It is himself terrifying too. So again, you cause more damage through morale. And the thing that really is insane is that this thing has smite. Smite means that when you make a clash action, and be careful, it's not the impact, only the clash action, the defense characteristic of your opponent is 0. That is wild. That is why it's called a Siegebreaker Behemoth, and it has 8 attacks that are going to fight at Clash 4 usually. And this means that you will remove a stand of, I don't know, Dragon Slayers or Dweghom, all things, anything that is highly armored is going to hate this thing. Because all the points they spend on having shields, having good armor, having stuff, this behemoth doesn't care. Your defense is now 0. So you really want to have a good score of evasion against this guy, and if you don't, you're just flying away no matter how big your armor is. So that is quite wild. It does one thing, and one thing really well, is to charge at your opponent's heaviest unit and just make them fly away like they're not even there. So that is quite insane. I just want to put him in comparison with the Abomination, which is 30 points cheaper, yes, less resilient, that is not a big surprise, and the big change with the Abomination, which is something that you might want to compare it to because it's another heavy monster for the Spires. The thing is that the Abomination also has 5 impact, but no brutal impact whatsoever. But the Abomination is more like hunting for smaller units because it's, first of all, it's much faster. Movement 10 is insane. It has lower clash, lower resolve, lower defense, all of them by 1 point. But it has 2 more attacks and it has flurry, which means a lot of rerolling. So it means it will cause a ton more hits than the Siegebreaker Behemoth, but where the Abomination is cleave 1, terrifying 1, the Siegebreaker Behemoth is going to be cleave infinite, because your defense is 0, terrifying 2. So this Siegebreaker Behemoth is good for hunting heavy units, and the Abomination still has a place on your Spires list, but throw the Abomination at things that have low armor or that have high evasion, for example, because this will cause a ton of hits. So you can absolutely still play both of those on the table. It's just they have different roles, even though they are both heavy monsters, creatures for the Spires. Do remember as well that the Abomination can be taken by more forces than the Siegebreaker, which is only for the lineage highborn. I have to say, like, maybe I am a little bit partial because I played Dweghoms, but this thing is absolutely terrifying. This thing does not care about everything that the Dweghom's love, which is high defense, low evasion, and low movement. This thing will impact them, will cause a ton of brutal impacts, and then will just smite them out into oblivion. The best answer to the Siegebreaker Behemoth is twofold. Either you can shoot it in a distance, because it has resolve 5 and it does pay for this in its points, so you could and maybe you should try to shoot it if you can. It's a big thing, you will see it, so you try to weaken it before it arrives. And the other way is to slow him down with cheap units or units with high evasion, because this thing has relatively few attacks, and if he wastes his high power attacks on things like, I don't know, bowmen or militias or whatever, then your opponent is first of all spending 180 to do not much, and it opens himself to be counterflanked by the real damage dealer of your opponent's army. So yeah, be careful, do send the behemoth on its right targets. Okay, and if you really want to buy this creature because you're newish Spires player, and you're like, okay, I have, for example, the starter set, I have some clones, some vanguards, I have some drones, maybe an abomination, I want this. What do you need to do if you've been out of the Spires for a while? Well, first of all, you need to buy this creature, so it's 130 euros, and it's going to be minus 10%, so a little bit less than 120 uh, if you use the code LOVE10. Then you will need as well the lineage highborn if you don't have him yet, or her, I don't know. It's going to be 30 euros, so 27 if you use the code. This is going to be your warlord, probably, because it's like extremely cool creature. I have to say I'm not a big fan of drones and clones, but the highborns and the avatars and stuff I really like. And then you will need one unit of Avatara, which are your mainstay, at 60 euros, which is those absolutely insane, like living biological mech suits for Spires nobles to project themselves into, which is a crazy concept. Love it. And you can paint them with these very amazing color schemes. And yeah, if you don't have any of these units, this is the strict minimum that you need to play the Abomination. You need this character specifically, you need this unit as a mainstay, exactly, because you have only one choice, and then you can have your Siegebreaker Behemoth on the table. So be careful, it's not plug and play. If you have some Biomancers and stuff from the starter set, you cannot just buy this miniature and then start to play it on the table. If you buy all of them with the 10% discount code from Love and Wargames, Love10, it's going to be just under 200 euros for the whole. For this character, this unit, and this Siegebreaker Behemoth. And yeah, then I think that you have free delivery after this, because you start to get quite a lot. And this is going to be quite a lot of points actually, because the Siegebreaker is 180, the Lineage Highborn is 120, so you are already at 300, and the Avatara is 165. So 465, it's almost 500 points just for this little package, but we will not make a Spires review here, but everything is quite good. The Avatar is good, the Lineage Highborn wants to be in its avatars. This is going to be a great combo, and this is how I would recommend playing it. You don't have that much choice, and remember, please don't put your Siegebreaker on the table turn 3 if your enemy's big heavy units are not yet on the table. This is going to be the easiest way for you to allow your opponent to counter it, because if you want to put it on turn 3 because it's your first big heavy monster unit on the table, if I'm the player in front of you and I see this, I'm putting my, I don't know, my Dragon Slayer or my Whole Thanes or my big mech suits for the dwarves. I'm putting them just on the opposite side of the table, and you will not reach me because you are not that fast with a Siegebreaker Behemoth. So be careful, don't put it too early. Wait until you know where your opponent has committed his heavy units before you put it down. Okay, that is going to be it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. As I said in the beginning, please give us a thumbs up, it really helps. Give us a comment to let you know if you would like more Conquest videos soon. And let us know for the next battle report, which factions do you want to see. I will play my Dweghoms again because, well, I love my Dweghoms, but who do you want to see them fight? Do you want to see some more drones with some giant dinosaurs, especially the Tauntors, Thunder Riders and stuff? Do you want to see the city-states? We have a little bit of everything for those. Or do you want the 100 Kingdoms, where we have a smaller army being painted right now, and it would probably be a battle report at 1000 or 1500 points instead of 2000 if you want the 100 Kingdoms. So let us know in the comments what you want next, and until the next video, take care of yourself and remember to keep spreading the love all around. Bye!